Today, we're going to be talking about skills and businesses. I want us to talk in a sense that can you use your skills to create a business? Can you use your talent to generate a business? When we did the business plan, I think the first point that I had was introducing or describing your business. And most of the people in both groups, French and English, have been telling me, I have this project, I have an idea, but I just cannot do the business. I'm like, why? Because I don't have money. I'm like, okay, that is a good place to start. Before we can do anything, let's figure out how can we do business without money? Can we start a business without money?
Yes, we can.
I like that. We can. So we're going to see few ways of how we can do it. I know when we were discussing last time, we kind of introduced a little bit, but today I want to kind of go into details so that we can see how can we start our businesses. For people who still have projects, they can go in and say, okay, this project may be a long-term. Let me find out what is the short-term project that I can utilize so that I can start generating income or resources for the long-term project. So you're going to, after this, you're going to review your project to see, is my project long-term or short-term? If it's long-term, what can I do in the short-term? If it's a short-term, okay, let's get moving. After this session, if you were not doing anything with your ideas, I want you to jump in to start creating money and start creating a path for yourself, for your business. So I said we're going to be talking about skills, business, and a few development strategies that will allow us to create the business. Now, the first thing is we want to understand when we're talking about skills, what type of skills are we talking about? When we're talking about business, what does business mean? What does skills mean? People can give definitions. There are multiple definitions out there. When you Google skills, a lot of things are popping up. And even if you're yourself in your mind, when they ask you, do you have a skill? You can try to define that according to what you understand. So I'm going to review two types of definition on skills and business. So my first definition that I'm going to consider is looking at skills as the ability to do something well. Somebody will tell me skills is just an ability, but I'm not looking into the general ability. I'm looking into the ability of doing something well. Because I can say, I braid hair, you braid hair as well. If you do it better than I do, you are more skilled than I am. You agree with me, right?
Yeah.
We all braid hair, but one can be skilled than the other in the same activity. So for me to be even able to think of using that skill and generate a business out of it, I have to have a sharpened skill. That is the reason why I'm looking into skill as the ability to do something well. That is the first level of my definition. My second level of my definition is the ability to use one's knowledge effectively and readily in execution or performance. So skill does not have just to stop by being an ability to do something well, but it has to be used according to the knowledge that can make it even better. So that means I utilize the knowledge that can sharpen my skill to make it better so that I can utilize that skill to perform any type of activities that I need to do. So now I'm looking into skills that is just an ability to do well, and a skill that can be sharpened by knowledge so that it can be better. We have two types of skills. Now, when I look into business, what is a business? From the beginning of this group, from the conception of this group, I've been saying business. When I'm talking about business, I'm not only looking into the entrepreneurship where you're starting your own business, your own company, your own activities. I'm including in the business a person's regular occupation, profession, trades, everything you do. If you are in school as a student, your academic activities, that is your business. If you are working for a company as an employee, your position at your company, that is your occupation, that is your business for that time. If you are in trade, you are selling cars, that is your business. So I'm kind of trying to cover everything that a human can do that can procure them a satisfaction in the activities that they are doing. That's the general aspect of the business that I was looking into. Now, tonight, I want to bring in just the specific aspect of the business. And here, I just want to look into the practice of making one's. The second level, it's when we now considering the business as the practice of making one's living by engaging in commerce. That is the entrepreneurship. So beside of looking into the overall thing, I just want to focus on one thing, the entrepreneurship, because we have people in the midst of us, they have ideas, they have projects, and they need to start a business. So we want to focus on that. Even if some of them are already in the business, they want to see, how can I make my business better? So we want to focus on that. We want to look into, how can I utilize the skills that are just abilities and the skills that can be shaped by the knowledge, and then generate a business that can generate income. Now, with that being said, there are 3 levels of skills. As we all know, everybody's skills. God is so good. Our Father is so good that he gave each and every one of us at least one skill. There are people who have 2 skills, 3 skills, 13 skills. It depends on what your mission that God has given you. Your skills kind of accompany the vision that God has given you to fulfill on this earth. So in the midst of all those skills, I come up with 3 types of skills. There are 3 types of skills. The first type of skill is functional skills. Functional skills. The functional skills are abilities or talents that are inherited. These are talents that comes from birth. You were born with it. And then as you're growing, you develop them through experience and learning. So the functional skills are skills, ability, talent that you were born with. So if I'm a singer, I have it from, you can identify somebody who was born with the grace of singing and somebody who's just trying to learn how to sing. Somebody who was born with the gift of singing, they don't put in a lot of effort. When you just ask them, you can even wake them up and their voice, if they're worshiping, they will just take you, they will embark you. If they are just singing for fun, you feel your entire body has a chill. You're like, oh my gosh, she has a beautiful voice. It comes from birth. But there are people who were born without that gift who can sharpen the singing and turn out to be good as well. So we're going to talk about that. So the first one that we're looking into is functional skills. a skill, an ability that you were born with, and you are developing as you're growing. So I have the gift of singing, but to be a performer or an artist or somebody who will be valued in the community, I'm not gonna sing just like anybody. I want to perform, I want to learn, I want to go to school and learn how to sing well, because even if you have a beautiful voice, if you don't know how to match it with others, it becomes crappy. So you wanna have your talent and sharpen it so that it can be usable. The second type of skills, it's called self-managed skills. The self-managed skills, they are behaviors that you develop in learning the circumstances. You learn how to cope with your environment or people or conditions. Those are talents that comes from maybe long suffering. You were a very proud person. You couldn't look into anybody. You couldn't ask for help from anybody. Now God, to humble you, put you through a training. You losing your family, you lose this, you lose that, and you found yourself in a place where you have nothing. Are you still gonna be proud? I don't think so. At that time, God is humbling you so you understand that you can also ask other people to help you. So he's building humility within you. So you start learning patience. You start learning how to ask for forgiveness to people. You start learning some attitude that you did not have before that circumstance. So the self-management skills are very good in a way that it's kind of helping you to manage yourself before you can manage the community. When God has a vision for you, let's say he's calling you to be a leader. If he sees in you that you don't have the charisma of a leader, he can put you through a lot. We see the story of David. David was a shepherd in the wilderness, but because he was called to be a king, he had to first learn how to fight a lion before he can go and fight Goliath. So you learn where you are to picture the greatness to what God called you. So your environment, it's like your battlefield. God look at you and is like, okay, she needs A, B, C, D. In order for her to have it, I want to put her in this area. And you found yourself in situations where you're like, oh my gosh, how did I get here? There is a reason. In every situation we found ourselves, instead of just looking into how hard you're going through that situation, the hardship, the burdens, and all of that, let's learn how to go back and say, Lord, what are you trying to teach me? What am I learning from this situation? And when God sees that you've learned enough of what he wants, he will take you out of there. God will never leave us. He will never forsake us. Even if we found ourselves in trouble where we did sin and we found ourselves in that situation, there's no mistake with God. God knew that you're going to sin and you're going to find yourself in that situation. And he can use that situation to clean you, to change you, and bring you to be a testimony to other people. Amen. So that is the self-managed skills that we learn when we go through our circumstances, the environment, the conditions, even the people that we meet. The third one, it's called spatial knowledge skills. Spatial knowledge skills. The spatial knowledge skills are those that have to do with mastering a specific body of information. It can be related to a particular type of work, profession, occupation, or education. So this is something that you learn. You don't get born with this. The spatial knowledge skills, it's something I would say there's nobody in the midst of us who get born with technology from the womb of his or her mother. But because right now the world is so digital, we see that a kid of 2 years old, they know how to use cell phone. You look into a kid of 5 years old, they know how to do things which, if we go back in our ages, we did not know how to do that. I remember last year, there was an application that I was trying to pull my email from that application to my regular email. I was struggling to do it. And I'm like, how do you do this thing? It's so hard. And my daughter, who was 13 at the time, who's turning 14 soon, she looked at me, she's like, why are you so frustrated? I'm like, I can't do this. What is that? I'm like, this application is so hard. I don't know what to do. And she comes and look at it. And 2 minutes after she's done, everything is done. Okay, here it is. I'm like, what did you do? How did you do that? So I had to learn from her how to do it. So now when I'm doing it, I know how to do it. But the first time, it was not that easy. So just to say, even when we're learning, God can allow you to learn from a baby, from a young person, from an old person, from somebody who's not in your area, from somebody who does not look like you. So we shouldn't be shy of learning. We can learn from anybody. God can allow you. If the donkey could talk, that means God can talk to you through anybody and anything. So we need to humble ourselves and learn. The example I gave of a singer, I remember there was one young man when we were on campus. He loved to sing, but when he started singing, the voice was not good at all. And he will always encourage himself and say, I'm singing for the Lord, and it doesn't matter how it sounds, God can hear it. And we were kind of laughing at him. But now when he sings, oh man, you want to hear him singing. Because it's a skill that he wanted to learn. So he learned how to sing. And after difficulties, after trainings and all of that, now he can sing. There are technologies that we did not know how to manipulate. But the more we train ourselves, the more we take it, the more we learn. So there are skills that you can learn. If you say, I want to involve in clothing, and like Sister Nicola said, I want to print my own t-shirt. Learn how to do that. You go, you buy the machine, you buy the print, I don't know, whatever utensil that you need to use, and learn how to do it. And when you're learning how to do it, learn how to do it the right way. Stand out. If Vistaprint, because all of us will go through Vistaprint, because Vistaprint is well known, is a big company. We go there, they print, and sometimes the t-shirt, the material of the t-shirt is not that great, but they have levels. When you're buying online, sometimes what you see, it's not what you're going to get. But you being with people, you have that advantage. You are not a big company, but you have the advantage of being face-to-face with people. So if you were presenting good material to me, if the same t-shirt, I can buy it from Vistaprint at, let's say, $19.99, I'm just throwing numbers, and you come and sell it to me at $15, I will buy it from you. Your price is good, the material is great, you are not well known, but how are you going to be well known? When I buy it from you, I'm going to go and tell Dr. Jones, oh, Dr. Jones, look at my new t-shirt. By the way, we're looking to see how we're going to create t-shirt for this ministry. We have a logo already. So if we say, oh, I see that Reverend Faye and Sister Nicola, they're making t-shirts, we can come to you and say, we want 2 t-shirts. Let's see what is happening. So when you make those two t-shirts, those are samples for us to see. We can judge out of it and say, I don't think we're gonna wear something like this. Or, oh my gosh, definitely we want to place an order on this. So you want to do your best, go extra mile, learn that skill, do your best, make sure that you're offering the best. When I'm working with my marketing team, before we can give the product to the client, it needs to come through me or through the person who's in charge, so that we make sure that it is refined within us. We see ourselves, those typos and everything, but if we start giving our client things that have typos, and I have one of my clients who's Dr. Jones here, we're offering her service, and if she says that everything we're doing, it's kind of bricolage, I don't think she's gonna be here again. She's like, Dr. Maria, you are my sister. But then after that, I don't see her anymore. Where is Dr. Jones? She's gone. Not because she doesn't want to see me, but my work is just not good for her. It can be good for somebody else, but not for her. So I'm so blessed to hear that she's putting a word out there for us. And as I always tell her, if you see that there's something we can improve, please do not hesitate. I enjoy improving my work every single day, because I know that if she's happy, maybe the day Prophetess Grace will ask me the service, maybe she will not be happy, because we have different way of looking at things, the way we like things. So we need to kind of learn how to help somebody according to what the expectation are. So I try to work to exceed those expectations, but it's not always easy. We can start by falling like a little baby who's trying to walk. You will fall, stand up, fall, stand up. Don't get tired. Don't be discouraged if your stuff are not fine at the first time or the second round, the third round. Keep on working on it until you yourself and your clients feels like you are offering a very good service. So those are the three types of skills that we need to kind of focus on it, to make sure that when we have those skills, we put them together. I have a gift or a talent that I was born with. I develop it. I try to look into my surrounding. What are they looking into? What is my competition offering? Is my product better than theirs? What is putting me out to the, on an outstanding stage compared to what they're offering? I need to stand out for people to come to me. So I need to make sure that I'm really doing my best to bring something that is more valuable than what my competitors have. Probably they may have good product. If my product is not that good, I'm gonna play on the price, because I'm still improving. And if I can offer lower price, that can help them. So those are strategies that you can play with so that they can help you growing instead of being astonished or be discouraged because of the competition. So we're going to look into the difference between having a skill and running a business. You can have a skill. Does that mean that skill can help you have a business? There are people who have skills, but they cannot convert that into a business. Someone who has a skill, just like a passion, something that they do. For me, they are playing a game of passion. I have passion of, I don't know, teaching people. So when I'm teaching, I don't really put too much in it, and I'm not having the idea of one day teaching for money. So I'm just doing casual teaching. It will lead nowhere. When I'm making these courses, I'm hoping that one day somebody who wants to have a certificate, they see how I teach, they see what I'm putting into this teaching, they will one day say, oh, I think I can take a class with Dr. Marie. I offer this for free, but maybe out of this, I can get a student. That is a hope that I can put out there. Maybe it's not in this group. It can be somebody out there who's like, okay, I want to have a certification business. Somebody in this group, Sister Nicola, can say, hey, I know Dr. Marie. I know how she's teaching because she did experiment the teaching that I'm doing. She'll be able to be my advocate out there. If somebody, let's say they bake, they can use that bakery just as a passion, or they can use the bakery to turn it into a business. So if you are a person who enjoys making cakes, yes, make cakes for your family. But one day you can say, yeah, I can turn this into a business. If you feel like your cakes are really good, you can give it to somebody to taste it. One day you're like, okay, I'm going to give this to, I have a couple of friends around, let them taste. If they taste those cakes and they come to you, they're like, oh my goodness, you know, Sister Carly, the cake you sent me, it is so yummy. Where did you buy it? Oh, no, I didn't buy it somewhere. I made it myself. Oh, for real? Yeah, I'm starting my small business. I'll come and I'll buy. Why? Because you gave it for free. I tried it. I like it. I'll come. And do you think I'm going to keep that word myself? No, I'll go tell somebody else. By telling people, that's how you start your small business. So when you start your own business, have a strategy. In this case here, the strategy is giving people samples. When I give people samples, they are ready to spend money because they know how it will taste. But if you call me and say, hey, Dr. Marie, I'm selling cakes. Oh, would you come and buy? I may say, oh, okay. I'll come and look. I don't know how it tastes. I'm like, maybe I should just go to Sam's Club because they have some good cakes out there. Why? Because I've tested those. So when you give a sample, you allow somebody to taste what you're doing. Or if you've seen other people, like someone, let's say, I just see the jewelry. Even though I did not buy them, I'll tell Dr. Jones, I'm like, oh, I saw Nicola's jewelry. They look so good. You should go and buy it. I see you like a lot of jewelries. I may not buy it because maybe that may not be my fashion, or I just don't wear jewelry, but it doesn't mean I cannot send you people. So here we're looking into ways you can use your skills to generate a business out of it. Just having a skill, it's not enough. Don't play games of passion, but convert your passion into business. Someone was telling me earlier and say, you know, I have this project, but I need $100,000 to run it. I'm like, okay. So you're waiting the day you're going to have $100,000 to start a business. That you can wait a long time. You can take that as a long-term business. Try to see what is the short-term business that you can start. Try to see something simple that you can do. If you're good in tutoring, go tutor somebody. Go braid hair. Go clean up somebody's place. Go work as a CMA. Go create an opportunity for yourself. Look into your abilities. God called you to do something. Go do it. If you feel like God have taught you enough, write a book. You don't have to write the full book. You can start with writing the small novels. You start selling those novels. And before even you sell it, I remember the example of my book, my first book that I wrote. It took me time to publish the book because it's my first book. That means I don't know how you write a book, and I'm kind of trying to figure out. So what did I do? I wrote that book and start giving it to people. I want you to read, give me feedback, read, give me feedback. And at some point, I felt like I was ready to go and publish the book. one lady came to me and she was like, my sister, I don't find myself in your book. Even though you're talking about fathers, I don't find myself in there. I don't find my father. It struck me. And I'm like, I thought I was talking about all fathers in general. I went back, and by the grace of God, I was able to include another chapter. And when I gave it to her, she was like, okay, now I can find myself. And at that time, I felt like, okay, my book is ready now to be published. So I published, and one day I found myself at the airport talking to this young man who was coming to visit the university. And when I sold him the book, he was like, yeah, I need something to do because I'm visiting out here and there's not much to do. So I'm like, okay, you can buy my book. So he bought my book. And after 3 days, we met on campus. I couldn't remember him. It was kind of, when you meet people at the airport, you don't get their faces. But for some reason, he kept my face. And that day he had his friend and he saw me, he was like, oh my gosh, it's you again. And I was like, what did I do? So I was scared because I didn't remember him. I didn't know what was happening. It's like, no, you sold me a book. And I'm like, oh, okay, what's happened? And it's like, listen, what's happened? The book you sold me, I had a chance to read. Myself and my father, we were not in a good term for a long, long time. Now, his birthday was 2 days ago, and I used that opportunity to call him. So the birthday was kind of an excuse to call him and make peace with my father. And when I talked to him, he was like, why are you reaching out today? I've been waiting for you to reach out for a long time. And it's like, oh, there is this woman that I found at the airport. She did share this book with me, and I read the ABCD, and that's what brought me to the attention of saying, I need to make peace with you. And the father was on the internet looking for that book. So when he told me the story, I almost cried. I was like, oh my gosh, I've saved one relationship. So we can bless people in multiple ways. If you have the gift of writing, go ahead and write books. Let people read. People will guide you as you're writing. You may say, I don't even know what to put in, but as you're sharing it, get the feedback. People, when they're giving you feedback, they're guiding you on how you can write your book. And that goes with a lot of things that we do. Amen. And I want to look into the difference between the technical skills and the business skills. Every skills we have, it doesn't mean that it will always translate in the business. No, there are skills. Okay, it's just a skill. You have it. Good for you. But when we're talking about the technical skills, we know that the technical skills reflect the ability to understand and carry out a specific task. So we know that right now the world is going digital. So it is kind of a predicament for everybody to learn technology. So it doesn't matter the talent you have. It doesn't matter the skills you have. Even if you don't understand technology, create that path for yourself. Learn technology. By learning technology, being in business, you will know that you need to market your business on the social media. I know there are people who will tell you, I don't like Facebook. I don't want to be on Facebook. You will never see me on Facebook. Yes, Facebook is not the perfect thing ever, but also on Facebook, that's where people are spending time. So even though you don't like Facebook, even though people are doing bad things on it, there are people who are doing good things on it. There are people who got saved by a message they read on Facebook. There are people who learned a skill on Facebook. Why can't you use a technology like that to your advantage? So you can utilize a technology to advantage you in what you are doing. I was telling people, TikTok, I'm still kind of a little bit skeptical on going on TikTok, but my daughter is telling me everybody's on TikTok except you. I'm like, what do you mean? It's like, yeah, business has moved. People are not on Facebook anymore. And my son would say, Facebook is for old people. I'm like, so are you calling me old? He's like, you said it. I did not say it. So technology is improving. Facebook had its moments. Now it's TikTok. So we need to move. We need to go to TikTok. We need to figure out. We don't have to do things like everybody. Stand out with what you're doing. Found your own ways for you to stand out with technology. The business skills. The business skill, primarily, it's kind of a behavioral skills. You have to learn how to manage your business. If you're working with a group, how do you work with your workers? How do you fulfill the task in your workplace if you're working in a company or you're working with other people? How do you react? What are the skills that you need? You need communication, you need time management. All of those are skills that even if you were not born with, but they are necessary for you to progress in your business. So we say, as a businesswoman or businessman, there are business capabilities that you need to have. And those business capabilities provide you with the adaptability to circumstances. It gives you the sense of innovation. It gives you the strategy alignment, the need to thrive in a dynamic environment. You need creativity. If you want to stand out in what you're doing, creativity is the key. Time management is the key. If you cannot manage your time and you don't have innovation skills, you don't look at things on a creative ways, you more likely struggle in your business. So you want to figure out what is the strategic plan that I can put together, that I can develop to be able to sell this jewelry. You need to come up with strategies that you've never used before. If I use one strategy, it's not working, it doesn't mean I'm failing. You can figure out what is other strategies. You can reach out to people. You can say, hey, what type of jewelry do you like? You can start surveying people. And then you look into what they like there and add maybe something that is special, that is unique just to you, and give it to somebody. How do you like it if I do it this way? Oh, this is even perfect. Then you are now with creativity, you have your own brand. Even though the jewelry may look like everybody else, but because of that one tiny thing that you did put on, it helped you stand out. So when everybody needs jewelry, they'll be like, oh, let's go to Sister Nicola. She makes this jewelry that are different from everybody. But those differences were made just by one item that you did add on there. So we need to think outside the box. That's the key. So when we're thinking outside the box, we need to kind of develop our skills. The skills that you were born with, if you keep them that way, you're going to be old-fashioned. To be able to trend with your skills, you need to learn every single day. Learn how to pursue those skills development. It can be coming through certifications. You can take classes. You can take courses online. You can Google. You can reach groups. You can attend conferences. You try to find ways for you to improve your skills. It can be done through organization, through resources that you can find that can help you out. Okay. And one more thing that I want to emphasize on is there are business skills that you need to have. Ipso facto, you need to have them. And there are skills that you can improve as you're growing. So if you want to call yourself a businesswoman, a businessman, time management skills, it's number one. If you don't know how to manage your time, you don't know how to prioritize your task, it's going to be difficult for you to do anything because we are always overwhelmed. You have ministry calling for you. you have children calling for you, you have your peers who need your help, you have your workers who need this, need that. You find yourself, you don't even have time. So if you don't know how to prioritize, then it's going to be difficult for you to thrive in the world of business. The second thing is team building skills. You need to learn how to create a team. That team does not mean you need to hire those people. No. This is a group. Here, there are people who will learn skills of others. In this group, I'll be able to make some connections. I can probably find my next customer, maybe my next vendor. Maybe I'm going to be a customer of somebody. Maybe it's a connection group that we have. When you are in a connection group, don't just say, okay, I'm doing this and that's it. No, try to learn what others are doing. Oh, how do you run your marketing? Oh, what do you do? That's the reason why I'm going to be giving people an opportunity to talk, to tell us how do they do their business? How, if we start talking about marketing, everybody will be telling us how they do their marketing. Maybe I'm going to learn a skill, 1 or 2 skills from here, and then I go and implement it. We want to see the group growing, not just for the sake of our own businesses, but for the sake of the group's businesses. When I see you growing in your business, that makes my heart happy. I will know that this group has a meaning when I see people start flying, having flying colors, like the what I see on Dr. Crystal Herberson page, the butterfly with different colors. So I want to see you flying like a butterfly with high quality colors. Another thing that you need to pay attention is analytical skills. You need to analyze everything you do. Analytical skills are very critical. How do you fund your students? Is that way effective? Found another way. Try to improve. Try to figure out how can you improve what you're doing. Negotiation skills, very important. Try to negotiate at all levels. Problem-solving skills. There is always a problem somewhere. Your student will come with a problem. Your client, your customers, everybody has a problem somewhere. We even may come to you and say, we don't want to have that anymore. And I'll give you the example of myself with Dr. Jones, because we are the 2 people you know here. She came to me and she's like, you know, I like the marketing, but I want us to work on the monthly base. So I want us to find something that where we can meet together. I had my plan. I had what she needed. And in order to continue working, I don't want to lose her as a customer. So I need to figure out what are her needs and how can we accommodate each other so that we can continue. So you want to figure out with your customers, if somebody comes to you and say, you know, I cannot move on with this year, try to find out what can you do to return that customer? What can you do to return that client? By returning this one person, it can open door for somebody else. Now I have Dr. Crystal who's looking into our services because Dr. Jones put a word on it. So even though I did negotiate with Dr. Jones on some levels, I'll gain what is coming next because now I have another client coming through her. So that is the negotiation we're talking about and the problem solving. And then we have sales and marketing skills. You can have wonderful product, wonderful services, but if you do not have sales and marketing strategies for you to put your words out there, nobody will know that you even exist. The last one, which is not a small one, it's financial management skills. Very crucial. Financial management skills is very crucial to your business. How do you generate money? How do you utilize money? How do you manage the fund that you're receiving? It's very crucial because if you're not managing your finances well, you are just taking yourself to bankruptcy. Now, there are skills that you can still improve. Team building, you can learn as you're growing. Team management, you can learn as you're growing. Communication, nobody's perfect. We're learning every day. Delegation, learn how to delegate some of your work. If you focus into what you call productivity, you will do best your product than trying to do everything else around you. That is the reason why we create on our side a third-party company where we can handle your phone calls, we can handle your marketing, we can handle your customers, and then you can just focus on productivity. You can just focus on what you do best, and we help you do all the remaining. The leadership, what is your level of leadership? If you need to take courses on that, learn how to do that. Take certification. Even if you're not looking for a full degree, there's certification of leadership. Learn how to play the leadership role, because if your leadership is bad, you're gonna be chasing people away every day. The day God is gonna bless you with a good business, you're going to lose the people because your leadership is not good enough. Financial management, we're learning. It is a big thing, but we learn how to manage the money as we're growing. Project management, when you start having more projects, how do you give priority and all of that? It is very crucial. So for people who still trying to strive on starting the business, I'm gonna give you a few steps that you can check to make sure that you've met this to be able to create a strong and successful business. First, you need to determine that you are ready for your business. Secondly, you need to assess your business idea. Is this just a passion I have just to live in my kitchen, or can I cook for the restaurant? When you're cooking for yourself and cooking for people, it's two different things. There is a man of God in Nigeria who always say, if you say you cook, you need to be able to cook for a king. If a king cannot eat your food, that means your cooking is not good enough. What it means is whatever product you're putting out there, whatever services you're putting out there, as long as people who need to buy it, they are not satisfied 100%, then you need to keep on improving every day. You need to build your business plan. We are talking now about business plan. So you need to build your business plan. That way you know your goals and you know how you can reach your goals. You need to choose your business structure. Is it going to be a nonprofit? Is it going to be an LLC? Is it going to be a corporation? You need to find what is the business structure that you're going to put down. You need to check your support team. Who's going to support you? If you want to do your business yourself, you can start well, but I cannot advise for you to carry on alone. You need the support because a business can drain you. It can take a lot from you. You cannot be yourself in the marketing, yourself in the sales, yourself in the reaching out to people, yourself dealing with customers. You cannot do everything yourself. You don't have to hire people. You can hire associates who can work with you, or you can be part of teams who can work with you, or you can even ask for partnership, people who can work with you. Build your legal obligations, and then figure out your finance and market your business. If you can go through those steps, you'll be able to build a very strong and successful business. And that's all I had for us today. I don't know if anybody has a question. Please come on the mic and I'll be listening.
Dr. Maria, I don't really have a question. I just think that you did a great presentation in reviewing the skills and the different levels of skills, and taking that and each of us individually looking at what our skills are and where we need to either, if it's not a gift of leadership skills, then or whatever the skills that we need in sharpening our skills, that we're more productive You talked about all of the things that are needed for a successful business, the communication, the marketing, the team that you need to be around you for your business to grow, because you're right, you cannot do it all by yourself. You need support of others who can assist you. You can start out as a one person initially, but in order for your business to grow, or as it starts to grow, you need other resources, other support to help build that business to make it successful, regardless of what that business is. So no, I think I appreciate you helping to bring it all together. And if we haven't identified everything that we need, you're certainly presenting it to us so we can identify, oh, I don't have this, but I need this. Oh, this is a weak area for me. I need to build on this area. So that helps in building a successful business.
Thank you. Thank you so much for emphasizing on that. So yeah, my goal is to see you guys expanding your business. And if you need help, we are here to help. You just need to identify what is the business you're doing and what is the person or the company that can help you in your journey.
I have a question here. You say how
right?
to manage our business is to say that we are ready. When someone is ready, what do you mean by that? Having all your product, your business plan, everything, just explain to me. Ready and access.
All right. Thank you so much for that question. So I say this when we say assess if you are ready. So you need to kind of yourself, you start first monthly. The business idea that you have, did you find that is feasible? If it's feasible, yes, it is feasible. Now you need to kind of implement it. In order to implement, you need to write like a business plan. The business plan, I know there are businesses that can flourish from the beginning without a business plan. The business plan, it's like a skeleton that you're putting for yourself. We are human. Today I can have a bright idea. Tomorrow I have a headache, I can forget that idea. But if I did put it in writing, then I can go back and I can read and I can remember. So the business plan, it's not just for people who want to see what I'm doing, but it's first of all for me. That's why I'm saying that the business plan, it's a communication tool that you have in your hands. It designs your goals and how you're going to reach out that goal. And then if you establish that, and then you can figure out now, how am I going to market my business? Okay, I have the social media. I have Dr. Maurice talking about the interviews, the videos, the magazine. How am I going to do that? I know definitely I'm not in marketing. Who can help me? Then you can try to figure out, okay, I can reach out to Dr. Marie. I can talk with her if I can learn, or she can do it for me. You try to strategize. So your business plan, it's your strategy that you're putting in place. Now, the business that I want to start, does it require initial capital? If it requires initial capital, where am I going to find that capital? That's when we have a brainstorming idea. Are you going to get a loan? Are you going to ask somebody? Are you going to start with a short-term project to generate that money instead of for you to be able to do that long-term project? So you need to kind of examine all these steps. And if you feel like, okay, I'm content, now I'm ready to start. You don't have to have all your products, but you need to have enough products to give out for you to start. You cannot say, I started a business, and then when I come to you, what are you selling? I'm selling t-shirt. All right, can I see the t-shirt? No, I don't have it. It's gonna come in 3 months. Definitely, you're just putting yourself on bad spot, because for me, that is a negative already impression you have given me. You don't have a program. But you can say, I have a t-shirt that I'm showing. If you like it, and then I can make more for you. So you have one, which is a sample. I can look at it. I can touch the texture. I can see if this is the texture I want, if that's the branding I want, if that's the way I want the colors to match together. Then I can place an order. You don't have to have 100 t-shirts to start your business. All you need is just one t-shirt that I can see. Just like the way you showed tonight. You did not show me a package of all the necklaces. You just showed one. Then that gives me a good idea. I'm like, wow, she has good quality product that she has. It gives me an idea. So when I want to buy jewelry, I'll say, hey, sister, can we have Zoom? I want to see what you have. And if you don't have what we have, I always tell my customer, if I don't have what you need, I will make it just for you. I will customize. So if we are like right now, we're teaching business and theology. Let's say somebody comes up with a course that we don't have. I'm not going to leave that customer go. I'm going to say, you know what? Give me 2 weeks. We don't have it right now, but I'm going to reach out to my colleagues. We're going to find somebody who will teach that class. That's how you expand. Now you are in the expansion zone. When you're in the expansion zone, now you start reaching things that you did not initially have. But for you to be able to start, you need the minimum to start with. Does that answer your question?
Amen. More than answer. Thank you very much.
You're
for your-
welcome. You're welcome. All right. Anybody has something to say or a question or anything?
Can you touch a little bit about drop shipping?
Talk a little bit about what?
Drop shipping.
Drop shipping?
Yes, please.
All right. The drop shipping, it really depends on how you're going to do the drop shipping. There are people who buy the product like from Alibaba. They can buy it there and they can put in the website. And when people need it, they can now buy it and send it over. So the drop shipping myself, I've never done it. I've been interested and intrigued on how to do it, but I've never done it myself. But I have people who are saying it is a good business. You just need to know what is trending, what is people buying, and know where to buy it. I have a friend who's doing the drop shipping with Amazon. That's all she has been doing for a number of years. So she will find that one item that people are looking for. She will go all over Chicago to go look for that item and put it in if she's not able to bring it from Alibaba, because waiting from Alibaba, it takes time for her to receive it. So she can find a substitute of that product if she can find it somewhere here. It may be a little bit pricey than what you can get from Alibaba, but it's just a matter of strategy.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Can I say something to that?
Mhm.
With the drop shipping and Alibaba, I think you have to be very careful, because in buying stuff there, everything is not real or how as you've seen it.
Mm.
I've bought something like one year, and the next year I changed a person where I brought from, and it was all cropped. They were just pulling apart. And when I did pull a package, it was too long gone. I could, go back to her and said, or the person, I buy these and such because I didn't pull them out until a certain time. And I did a class in the drop shipping too.
Mhm.
And I don't know, for me, it seems kind of hard, maybe because I don't understand as much, but I also try to do the class with it. And it's, a lot of people said it's, as you said, it's trending, and, that keep them going, they get more money doing that. But I don't know, who understand it will go through with it. But Alibaba, I want to say that's a good choice right there, because it takes you sometimes 3-4 months before you get your stuff. And then, it's a long run there.
It depends on the wholesaler, because I've been using Alabama. I don't have a problem with them. It's only because sometimes it takes time to get it. But the product that I get from them was very good. I didn't get a complaint about my stuff. And if it doesn't work good, you can send it back to them, because they send you a label also where you ship. I think you ship it somewhere in Chicago. That's where you send it back to them. And honestly, I didn't have no problem with them, because that's where I get my stuff from.
And that's what
So
I said.
each person
Depends
different,
who you buy from. Because you could buy from somebody and you have to make sure your stuff is registered. Because if it is lost, a lot of fake people come on there and they tell you that, I'm selling stuff for such and such a time. You have to look on the amount of time people buy the stuff, the amount of the places that they send, if they send in the US, how many times, how much is sell. A lot of stuff you have to go through to make sure that you don't lose it. Well, I just have that to add.
Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, thank you so much for jumping in. That's what I like. If you have an answer or you have something you want to add up, please don't wait for us to figure out that. You can just jump in and say something. It will help
And the
and
next
identify somebody.
and the other thing too, sometimes when you go online, you can see the persons what they are doing, because they open it up and they show you how they do the stuff step by step. So I always watch it, because that's where I get my mugs from, and you have different vendors and everybody wants to sell their stuff. But I always stick to one vendor, and it's good to me. You check the prices and you compare prices and stuff like that.
All right. Wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing that, Reverend Faye.
You're welcome.
All right, Sister Caroline, did we answer your question? Sister Caroline?
Yes, please. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. All right. Anybody else has something else to say, to add up on what we said already, or question or suggestion?
Dr. Murray, can you go back about the analytical skill? It says very critical. I was trying to take some notes. Can you just expound on that a little bit, please?
Okay. The analytical skills is very crucial, because now Google is presenting, we have now Google Analytics. I can't say the word. We have Google Analytics. So if you have a website, or if you have something on Google, you can go to Google and Google Analytics. It's gonna show you like graphs. It's gonna show you if you're selling online. It's gonna show you how much did you sell last month, this month, how much are you selling? So you can see how you're trending. Are you improving or are you falling back? You can see if you have a website, it's going to show you how many people are visiting your website, how many people, how many minutes they're spending on your website, on which page, what is the valuable page on your website. So the analytics can show you the numbers in a way that you can grow yourself online. So by going through analytics, by looking into all of that, it's going to allow you to see, where should I improve my business? What is the skill that I need to learn to be able to present myself better online? Nowadays, if you are in business, you don't have a website, it can be harming for your business. You are just doing yourself not good favor. You're just harming your business. So you need to have a website. You need to have online presence. You don't have to shoot for a full website if your business is just starting. At least have a 1 or 2 page website. You can start small and start growing. If you don't have a lot of services, you don't need a mega website, but have something where people can come. I know people are saying, I can put on WhatsApp, I can put on Facebook. Yeah, you can put on with Facebook or on WhatsApp. Sometimes those pictures don't have a link. If somebody likes it, they may not press the button to come and call you on WhatsApp. But if you do have them on the website with SEO, you will be able to track who did visit your website. You'll be able, some of them, if you have like the landing page, you will be able to collect the emails when they're visiting your website. So you can have a pop-up on your screen and say, hey, put on your phone number and your email, and I'll be able to keep you updated. There are people, if they are very interested in what you're doing, they will easily leave the email or phone number, and you'll be able to track them. Even if they don't buy, they may be able to refer somebody. Or if they don't buy that product, maybe they may be interested in something else. And then yourself, you can learn what they're looking for, and you can create another product that you did not have before. Because you see all these people that are coming online, they're looking for something that you don't have. And that gives you an idea to expand your business. That's how you grow to have more services. Did I answer your question?
Yes, please. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Thank you. But you know what, Dr.
You're
Marie,
welcome.
sorry I got to excuse because I have a paper that I need that due tomorrow. I'm a slow writer.
That's all
So I'm
right.
gonna start my
That-
paper.
That's all right. I appreciate that you're here. So we are
Thank
almost
you.
done already. Prophetess, you're not saying anything. Are you still there? Prophetess Grace?
Yes, I'm still here.
Mhm.
I like to always digest information when I
Okay.
hear things, so I'm digesting the information all that everyone is saying so that I
Okay.
can position myself well. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Sister Carly, are you there? Sister Carly?
Still here, Dr. Marie. I don't talk a lot. Like just I like to listen.
Okay. I'm glad I heard your voice. All right. So if we do not have anything to add to this, I want to thank you. Thank you so much for coming in today. Thank you for the participation and all the ideas that you guys added. And I wanted to finish by saying, who like my background?
It's beautiful.
Anybody?
I
So
like
now,
it.
now this
I
is
love
my
your background.
now
I was
this is my
admiring it.
new business. Thank you. Now this is my new business. I'm looking for people who want good backgrounds. Then we can
Okay.
make it for you. This is my new business. So I found business opportunities everywhere I go.
I think I have to get with you for a background for my school.
Absolutely. So whatever business you do, myself, I have 2-3 backgrounds. So depending on in the meeting, I just still waiting for them to make one for business and mission. I don't have that one yet, so we still working on that. Once I have that, then I have whatever I need to be in the meeting. So yeah, if you like my background and you want to make a background as beautiful as mine, presenting your business, I'm the lady to talk to, and then we can help you out.
Dr. Maria, I tell you, my brain needs to think like yours, a visionary that thinks outside of the box. Bless you.
Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you. All right.
I do need to get with you. So I'll send you a text so we can set up you and I a meeting for next week, if that would
All right.
be okay. Okay.
Okay, absolutely. We'll chat
Okay.
and we'll talk on that.
Okay. Monday or Tuesday will be fine.
All right, perfect. We'll
Okay.
put on something.
Okay.
Um,
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, prophetess, we are at the end. I'm giving you back the mic, the stage, whatever it is.